Hi everyone.
Hi.
Hi guys. Nice to see all of you, and let me know if you can see me clearly and if you can hear me clearly.
Yes.
Okay. Nira, Hari, loud and clear. Fika, Rahmi, Intan, Francisca, Vidi, Angi. Hi, can't wait for tonight lesson. Amazing. How are you feeling after week 2? Is everything okay with my voice? I can see that some comments that my voice is something is wrong. Amazing. Okay. All good. Okay, perfect. So this is almost the middle of our course, right? I can't believe it's already week 3, and I hope you are getting uh, more excited, overdosed, challenging, productive. Walking session was great, thank you. Yes, and I'm just resting before the class and everything. Just want to make sure that I have the best energy. Enjoying the tasks, confidence top up, amazing. Okay, guys, so I hope you are excited, and as usual, you can click CC button if you want to see the transcription as well as I'm talking. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, I hope you can see my screen right now. And today we have a very exciting topic, a lot of materials to discuss. And this is about pricing and packages. I know some of you, I see your messages on Telegram. You are asking me how much to charge. Some of you already got requests from your potential clients, how to charge, what to charge. So we are going to discuss it all tonight. And what we are going to learn today, first of all, we are going to understand the elevator pitch and why it is so crucial if you want to be visible and if you want to find clients. You're also going to create your elevator pitch, and I'm going to explain to you step by step on how to do it. You're also going to understand different ways on how you can work with your clients. We are going to learn the best ways to charge your clients. And I'm also going to talk about what is sales funnel. So basically how you as a VA, what is the process of finding a client for you. And also we are going to understand how you can choose your rates as a virtual assistant, and we are going to learn about how to avoid 100% of scam jobs online. Some of you are reaching out to me on Telegram and say, oh, I have got this request. Is it a scam? It is not a scam. How do I understand? So we are also going to talk about it as well. And we are also going to discuss about portfolio, and I'm going to share with you the example of a virtual assistant portfolio. I'm going to explain to you what should be inside your portfolio. And by the end of the course, if you do the tasks, you will be having a complete portfolio as a virtual assistant. So I hope you guys are excited. If you are ready, let me know in the chat. Write ready. And let's move on. So as usual, please tag me at Tanya Kromenko on Instagram. I'm so happy that you guys tag me after every single class, and also even during the week. Every day I see your tags, how you do your homeworks, how you are learning new skills. It is really amazing. And I always try to make sure that I follow everyone who tagged me. Exciting, okay, ready, great. Amazing. So let's move on. Also, exciting announcement before we start. You will join the Tinder group this Friday. Congratulations on that. All of you will have lifetime access to our private group with job vacancies. It has no correlation to the Tinder matchmaking website. It is just a funny name. So guys, don't be scared, okay? You need to all join this group. Tinder group rules, please do not send any text messages, chat messages, or questions to the group. It is strictly for job lists. We do not allow any chat in this group, okay? So do not post any job offer without permission from our team. If you want to share your client, if you want to share any job to us, we are very grateful for that. And you can definitely do it, but we do our best to really filter and make sure that the jobs that we post on our Tinder group are legit. So if you want to give us a job post, then you need to reach out to our Tinder team. And after the verification, they will be able to post the job post for you. If you have any questions regarding any job vacancy, please contact our team in the chat group. Best to contact the Tinder team. If you don't know the contact of our Tinder team, you can always ask your SAs. But once you join the Tinder group, you will clearly understand who is the manager of the Tinder group. So now let's move on to the topic of tonight's discussion, and we are going to talk about the elevator pitch. Now I want to understand how many of you already heard about elevator pitch. Let me know in the chat. Do you know about elevator pitch, or is it the first time you are hearing about it? Have no idea, Kezia. No, first time. I know, first time. It's the first time. Need explanation. Have no idea. Okay, guys. So basically, the name elevator pitch is elevator, right? It's basically like, imagine when you go to the lift and you meet a stranger in the lift. And while the lift is going up to the 10th floor or to the 15th floor, you only have 20 seconds or maybe 30 seconds to explain about what you do. Imagine if the stranger is asking you, oh, by the way, what do you do? And then you only have 30 seconds to explain in an easy language, very shortly, very briefly about what you do. So basically, elevator pitch is 2 or 3 sentences that simply and quickly describe what you do, who you serve, and how you bring them value. For example, what can an elevator pitch be for you? I help business owners to manage their admin, social media, and email marketing tasks so they can focus on growing their business. So if you see first part, there are 3 parts. First is who you are helping, who do you work with? Business owners, right? Entrepreneurs. What you do, what are your services? Manage their admin, social media, email marketing. And the third part is what is the pain point that you solve for them? What do you give them? What is the value? Because you are not just doing email marketing, you are not just doing social media, you actually give them more time and or more money and more clients. So it's really important to understand what do you give them, what value do you give them. It's like when I reach out to my social media clients, I don't just say I will manage your social media. Imagine in the email I say I will manage your social media, but some of them don't even care about social media. Some of them don't even know about social media. So I tell them I will make your business visible. I will bring you more leads. I will bring you more potential clients, because that's what social media management does, right? But we are going to talk more about it tonight. So let's come back to the elevator pitch. And another example, I assist entrepreneurs remotely with their admin, social media, and sales tasks so they can focus on what they love and have more clients and free time. So I hope that this is clear. You can even use it in your Instagram bio as well. You can use it to present yourself to any anyone, any stranger, any family member, any friend, or anyone you meet for the first time, and tell them easily and clearly in simple words about what you do. So elevator pitch is very powerful, and I really recommend you to memorize it. So even if I wake you up at night and I will ask you, tell me your elevator pitch, tell me what you do, you need to be able to produce your elevator pitch. So again, why is elevator pitch so important? You can introduce yourself to everyone fast. You can use it on your social media description and on your social media bio. It is clear and simple. Please memorize it. And one of your tasks for today is to create an elevator pitch. You can just use the slide, just copy paste what I have suggested to you on the previous slide. Just copy paste one of them, but of course include your highlight service, the highlight service that you chose. I hope that every single one of you already chose your highlight service. Let me know in the chat if we still have someone who didn't choose the highlight service. Anyone? I just want to emphasize that it's really important to choose one highlight service for the duration of the course. You can always change it later. It's not something that you choose for your lifetime. So don't overthink, okay? And choose one. Choose one highlight service. Some people ask me in DM, Tanya, I am my previous background is admin, and I actually, in my personality, it says that I am admin and I am more good with routine tasks, I'm more creative, but my heart tells me that I need social media. I'm really passionate about social media. So what do I need to choose? You, in this case, you need to follow your heart, you know, you need to follow your intuition. But of course, it is just for some of you. For most of you, the personality test will make it really clear, and you won't have the double choice already. So please make sure that you chose at least one highlight service, at least for the duration of the course, so you can really concentrate. Common mistakes when creating elevator pitch. Making it too long. For example, I help entrepreneurs and business owners with their admin, social media maintenance, email marketing, and other tasks so they can focus on what they love, have free time. I'm ready to work with you to handle all the tasks you don't like. So imagine if I say this to you in the elevator, you will already be so bored, and you will already forget what I was talking about. So we don't want to make it too long. Also, another common thing is using sophisticated words. I leverage my ability to provide a variety of tasks remotely to my clients in order to assist them with tedious services such as admin assistance, social media, and sales. So many complicated words. Of course, maybe it shows that you know English well, but in this case, it's not needed, because we need to feel like we are explaining this to the child. The better service, the better, the easier language you use, the better. So if you want to make your own elevator pitch, don't, please avoid these mistakes. But again, you can just go to slide 8 and you can just copy paste the elevator pitch. Now I want you to understand your services from the standpoint of the value that you provide, because every services that a virtual assistant provides has its own value. Not just managing posts, not just managing social media. We give our clients more free time. We give our clients more potential leads, potential clients, and we make them focus on their business strategy instead of wasting time on the operations, right? So it's really, really crucial to understand your the result of your work as a virtual assistant, because it will really help you to explain to the client the end result, the end value that you are offering to him. Same as I just explained to you about my services, that I don't say I will just do SMM. I say I will make your business visible to your potential clients by managing your social media accounts. It sounds very different, right? So what are the results of admin services? Clients have more free time. They can focus on what they love to do instead of what they need to do. They can focus on the strategic aspects of their business instead of on day-to-day operations. It is really such an important help, and that is why admin services are very much in demand, and all of you are learning how to provide admin services. Social media services, and here I'm talking about basic social media services and also SMM as a highlight service. Clients' business can become visible. It can attract clients faster and build a community of loyal fans. Every business right now must be on social media in order to succeed. It is not just about posting for the sake of posting. So it is important to know the results. Email marketing. Result is that a client can connect directly with the audience through their inbox, which means more clients, more sales, more profits, brand loyalty, and also creating a customer database. Email marketing is so powerful because we as entrepreneurs, we do not own our Instagram. Instagram can just block us any day, can just delete our profile because we do not have the right over our Instagram profile. But email marketing database, we own it and no one can take it away from us, right? So that's why, again, this service is very, very important and in demand for so many businesses. Lead generation, the result is that the client will find more potential customers, and this allows the client to focus on what they do best, growing their business. It's about helping the client's business thrive, leading to more sales, revenue, and profit. And this is a must for any business, right? This is what every entrepreneur wants, and you are helping them to achieve that. So why it is really important to understand the value, not just the services like travel planning, market research, I will do the posts for you. You also need to understand the value because you can explain your value to clients faster. You can explain about each service from the perspective of the result and not the process, because everyone is caring about the result. Your clients that do not care for just to post every single day. They want the end goal. They want to build a community of fans. They want more followers. They want more sales. They want more profits, etc. They don't just want more posts, right? You can answer, can you tell me more question after you share your elevator pitch? For example, actually, I will give you the example in the next slide, so stay with me. Please memorize the results of the services that you provide. Examples plus the results of the services. So, example, you have shared the elevator pitch. I help entrepreneurs and business owners with admin tasks and email marketing so they can grow their business faster and have more free time. And then the person is saying, wow, that's really interesting. Can you explain to me what is admin tasks? What is email marketing? What exactly do you do? And that's where you give them a longer version, a longer explanation. For example, I provide my clients with admin tasks such as data entry, travel planning, lead generation, internet research, and more, so they can have more free time and focus on the tasks they like in their business. I also provide social media tasks, which can help them to grow their business faster and bring in more clients. Besides, I also specialize in email marketing, which means that I am in charge of communicating with their email database, sending newsletters, etc., to ensure that they always keep in touch with clients to attract more customers. Because not every entrepreneur knows what SMM means, what social media means, what admin means, what email marketing means. So you need to be able to give them more details if they want, okay? And here we not only focus on the services, but we focus more on the results. Because when we explain them the results, they're like, wow, I want more clients. Wow, I want more free time. wow, I want to build a community of loyal fans for my business. I'm interested to know more. Can we arrange a discovery call? So that's when they get interested in what you do. So now your task after this lesson will be to have a Zoom call with your small team and share about yourself from the light of your services according to the case studies. Don't worry, I will explain in detail what to do. It will make you more confident to speak about your services, give you more understanding about the services you provide and their results. So guys, I hope you are not too tired with my tasks about the Zoom call, but it is really, really crucial because it is like a practice of the discovery call when you can present yourself. Some of you will need to go outside of your comfort zone because you feel like you are introverts and you are not really comfortable to speak in front of people. But again, this is your small group, this is your support system. They are there to support you. Even if you are nervous, just do it because it will be so much easier for you to have a call with your real client, to be confident in yourself and to be confident about the value that you provide. So highly, highly needed. This task is really important. Now, let me explain how to do this task. So I'm giving you different choice of potential clients. We do not need to message them. We do not need to email them. This is just for the practice, okay? You can follow them if you want. So I give you the photographer choice. You just need to choose one person, only one person. So I give you 2 photographers. I give you 2 coaches. I give you 2 florists. I give you 2 real estate agents. And what you need to do, first, you need to choose the client. This is just a role play, right? Just choose one person from the case studies in the slides. And second, analyze the profile and think about what you can help them with as a virtual assistant. Based on the services that you provide, admin plus basic social media plus your highlight service. Create a short talk script based on the result of the services. Don't worry, I will share with you in the next slide the example. Have a Zoom call with a small team to present the stock to them. It will be very fast, just like 5 minutes maximum. For example, I have chosen a real estate agent from Dubai as my client. So I go to his profile, I check his profile, what is he doing, and what value can I bring to him, right? What value can I bring to him? Let me know, guys, what do you think just by looking at this profile? I mean, you don't really even go into details. What value can you bring him as a virtual assistant? Let me know in the chat. Value, not services, value. Services is good, but value. Bring more clients. Yes, free time. More free time. Increase following, potential clients, sales, internet research, strategy, community, more followers, free time, work-life balance, potential clients, growing business worldwide, lead generation, scheduling, admin, right? Amazing, guys. So now see how we changed our talk from just providing SMM, providing admin, to providing really the result, right? Providing more sales, providing more leads, providing more free time. So, example, how I will talk to my potential client. Hi, Ivan, it's nice to have a chance to speak to you. I have analyzed your profile and found out that there are multiple areas that I could help you with as a virtual assistant. I would be able to attract potential clients to your business by managing your social media channels, as well as help to free up your time by managing admin tasks such as calendar management and handling inquiries. I also see an opportunity to create a strong database of potential clients with the help of email marketing. I would be glad to assist you with that as a virtual assistant. Please let me know if we could discuss this further so I can explain more. So this is a simple talk that you can, how you can talk to your client. Again, you don't need to message this person, you don't need to email this person, you just need to create this short introduction about yourself and the value that you can bring. And you need to tell this to your team on the Zoom call. Let me know if this is clear. Let me know in the chat if you understand what I mean. Change theme of IG profile so it can be more attractive. This is too narrow. This is your idea about what he can do. What is the result? What is the end result of changing his bio, of adding more posts? What is the end goal? Understand, Crystal? Yes, got it. Got it. Okay, guys. So after this, let's move on and talk about the pricing strategies for virtual assistants. So there are different ways how you can charge your clients as a VA. First of all, it is hourly rate and it is a retainer. Secondly is monthly fixed fee, monthly fixed rate. Then you can work on fixed fee plus commissions. This is usually only when you directly affect sales. Some of my students reach out to me and say, Tanya, I got a job offer and the client is asking me to work on commissions. I'm managing social media and the client is offering me to work on commissions. Should I agree or not? And my answer is, of course, not, because by managing social media, you do not directly affect sales. You bring the clients more leads, and leads are potential customers. We don't know, this is not your job to convert the leads to customers, right? You just attract the potential customers, and then you don't know they convert or not, right? You do not directly affect the sales. So it's not fair to manage social media and work on commission-based. Commission-based, in my strong opinion, is only possible when you directly affect sales. For example, when you talk to, for example, I had a virtual assistant and she was doing lead generation for me, but she was also doing sales. She was also speaking to clients and selling my events service to them. In this case, she was paid a fixed fee every month for her work, but I also gave her like 5 or 10% commission whenever she closed a deal, because she was talking to the client and closing the deal. Do you know what I mean? Usually for other services, commissions payment is not relevant because you do not directly affect sales. Even if you help clients to bring more leads, with lead generation or email marketing or social media management, you still do not directly affect sales if you are not the one who speaks to the client. Okay? So project fee. Project fee is, for example, when you work with a client for 6 months. The client is saying, in 6 months, we are going to have a big event and I need your help for these 6 months to organize and promote this big event. And then you have a project for only 6 months. So it can be a project fee. This is not so common. The most common are hourly rate and monthly fixed rate. So I'm going to focus on them. First, what is a retainer? The client is paying for your time. So for example, the client is telling you, I want you to work with me for 20 hours this month. And the client is paying you in advance to book your time. So it means that you will need to work for this client for 20 hours during this month. The downside of a retainer is that your growth is limited, because once you, for example, you only have, I don't know, 4 hours a day to work on the VA, or maybe 3 hours a day, or maybe 2 hours a day. So it means that once you have 2 or 3 clients, you will already be fully booked. And already you cannot take more. But of course, there are different solutions for that, increasing your rates or hiring a team, right? That's what we're going to talk more about. So don't be afraid of retainers. This is a great strategy. Hourly rate is a good strategy. And recommended hourly rates is 10 to 15 US dollars per hour for a start. Of course, I need to highlight here that if you are just offering admin service, it would be harder to charge these rates. And that is why on this course, because we want to learn how to become a highly paid VA and earn at least this amount, we need to choose at least one highlight service, because highlight service will enable you to become a highly paid virtual assistant. If you are just providing data entry, if you are just providing travel planning and very simple admin tasks, it would be harder to charge this rate. So for those of you who are thinking that this is a very high rate, I need to tell you that, for example, in the UK or in the US, the starting rate, I know this for sure, for the UK, the beginner rate as a virtual assistant is 30 pounds per hour. 30 pounds is around 45, 50 Singapore dollars per hour. Can you imagine that for the beginner VA? That's why these rates are adjusted for the Southeast Asia, and they are achievable for the Southeast Asia market. And by sending surveys to our alumni after the course, most of them charge this amount. But of course, again, some of them can charge lower because they simply only provide admin tasks. That's why I want to highly emphasize that it's important to choose your highlight services if you want to charge this amount, okay? So later when you are experienced, you can increase the rate to 25 US dollars, 30 US dollars, 50 US dollars. If you even open up Upwork, there are virtual assistants who are charging $80, $90, $100, etc. And again, this is only possible usually even if you have the highlight service, because again, the highlight service will allow you to always develop your expertise, to always become more expert, more and more and more and more, and increase your rates even further. You can use your hourly rate to calculate any type of pricing strategy that you use. For example, your client doesn't want to pay hourly rate. So basically the right way to decide what kind of payment system you use with your client, you need to ask your client, how do you prefer to pay? Do you prefer to pay by hourly rate and retainer, or do you prefer to pay per month? These are usually the most common types. And in my team, I have people who are paid by hour. I have people who are paid by month. But if I look at my team, most of the time I prefer to pay a fixed fee per month. It is just more comfortable for me, and that is totally fine. And there is no right or wrong strategy. You need to, everything is good and you can benefit from all. You just need to ask the client, what is their preference? For example, how can you calculate your monthly fee if the client doesn't want you to pay the hourly rate? You need to understand and estimate the rough number of hours that you are going to work on a specific task. For example, your client is saying, I need help with email marketing, and I would like you to send 3 newsletters per week. I want you to prepare the content. I want you to do all the automation. I want you to suggest some ideas. And of course, when you are starting out, it's impossible to give the exact number. Oh, I need 20 hours per month for this. It's impossible, and it will get to you by experience. But during this course, when you are learning the skills, the highlight services, you are able to practice this, to practice creating the emails and doing different things. So you will be able to at least roughly understand how much time do you need for that. And if you understand that you probably will need 20 hours, you can say, you can calculate. So for example, your hourly rate is $10. You will roughly need 20 hours. So it will be $200 a month Of course, you can, if you are comfortable, you can reduce and negotiate this price a little bit with your client. And that's how we can, at least you have the number to offer to your client. And then maybe you can negotiate a little bit. It's okay. It's okay to negotiate a bit when you are starting out. I used to negotiate when I was starting as a virtual assistant, when I was starting my business, my entrepreneurship journey. When I already got fully booked, whenever the client asked me to negotiate, I said, so sorry, but I don't negotiate. I only have a fixed price, because I was no longer afraid that this client will not agree to work with me, you know, and it will just come with experience. If you feel that you are comfortable to decrease a little bit the price, then you can go ahead, you can work with this client for 1-2 months, show your value, and then renegotiate the price. After 2 months, you can say, here is the value that I have brought to you. So I think that I would like to increase my rates. Is it okay for you? So I hope that this is clear for you. So let's discuss the hourly arrangement, the retainer arrangement. What are the most popular options? Option 1 is a small package, it's 20 hours package. For example, if you are charging $12 an hour, you work 5 hours a week, 20 hours a month, the total is $240. I want to highlight that 20 hours a month does not necessarily mean that you will work 5 hours a week. So it depends on the client. For example, the client can ask you to work two times a week only, maybe on Wednesday and Thursday. But you will work for, I don't know, 2.5 hours each day. It doesn't necessarily have to be 1 hour every day. Everything needs to be automated, personally and individually discussed with your potential clients. What is their preference? What kind of work do they need you to do? So as long as it's 20 hours a month, the hours per week may be different, okay? So I hope that this is clear. Small package is very good because it's suitable for someone who never hired a VA before, because the investment is not much. Trial period when they want to test you out. And after the first month, if they are happy with you, there are a lot of cases when clients say, okay, now I want to give you more tasks. Now, can you also please manage admin for me? Can you also please manage basic social media for me? And that's where the money that you get also increases, because you are no longer able to do the work within 20 hours. You will need 40 hours, for example. And this is option 2, medium package. 40 hours, if you charge $12 per hour, 40 hours a month, the total is $480. Again, it is not necessarily 10 hours a week, depends. Medium package is good because you are quite involved in the business. You are great, and it's a great and most popular option. Some clients, and I had students like this, whose clients immediately signed for the 40 hours per month, even if they didn't know them before. Especially if the client has more tasks to do. For example, the client wants you to manage their social media, but also to help them with a lot of admin tasks. Or maybe if the client wants you to handle email marketing, but they also need to help with social media. Large package, it is 60 hours a month, usually $12 an hour. If you are charging $12 an hour, 60 hours a month, it will be $720 an hour. It is usually only works with the clients who trust you, who already worked with you before, for smaller packages. But having said that, I've had students and alumni whose clients signed up the option 3 from the start, but it is not that common. You are very involved and act as a team member, and it is good, especially if the client has more tasks to do. Now I want to give you the example of the monthly fee. This is just for your reference only. If your client wants you to pay per month, how can the proposal look like? Again, the charges, the example of the services, It is just for the example only. The prices, the services can be different. It is just the example of the proposal. Design and posting 7 posts a week, content scheduling for a month, make a content pillar for a month, monitoring and responding to comments and messages, providing ideas about brand visuals if the client doesn't have any. Again, it is up to you, and the pricing and the plan can be different. And when you speak to your client from the overseas, it is important to convert your rates and your fees to the currency of your client. For example, if your client is based in Singapore, then it is important you tell them the price not in rupiah or not in USD. You tell them the price in Singapore dollars. So please prepare yourself before the call, or at least you let them know the price in US dollars, because US dollars, everyone kind of knows the conversion rate of US dollars. So you can also tell the price in US dollars. Important things to know about pricing strategies: please do not put the pricing on Instagram or other social media. This is really my opinion. And imagine if I put my pricing on my social media for my SMM services, and some potential clients will see that I charge more than $100 per hour. They will just be, wow, I am shocked. How can she charge so much? I will never work with her, right? Because they didn't yet have a call with me. So once they have a call with me, the discovery call, I will show them the value that I can provide to them. So they will be already sold on paying me that much. If they just see me on Instagram for the first time and they see that I'm charging $100 an hour, they will never DM me, right? So that's why I'm not really supporting the idea of posting your rates on social media. But having said that, if the client is asking you on Instagram DM or LinkedIn DM, and they are saying, how much do you charge? What is your rate? Please do not tell them, I will tell you only on the discovery call. Don't say this, because if they are asking you directly, they need to know the range, right? So you can say it really depends, but if you want to engage me for 1 or 2 hours a day, it can be a few $100s per hour, it can be $200 an hour, or it can be around $10 an hour. But it really depends on your needs, and I'm sure that we can work out a budget that is suitable for you. Do you want to have a discovery call so we can check what I can help you with? So you still need to kind of answer the question, give them the number. Because if you say, I'm sorry, I will only let you know during the discovery call, then they will not respond back. Understand the comfortable arrangement for the client. So before telling them, oh, I have option 1, I have option 2, I have option 3, the package 1, package 2, package 3, you need to ask them first, how do they prefer to pay, per month or per hour? Submit a proposal based on client's needs. This is optional. And in my experience, some of the clients already agree to sign a contract during the meeting. During the meeting, I sometimes verbally tell them my prices. I can say that this will cost that much. Is it okay for you? They're like, okay, let's sign a contract. I'm ready to work. But some clients will say, oh, okay, understand, but I need some time to think. Can you send me the proposal on email? So to send the proposal, my team actually can send you the example of my real proposal to the client, to the SMM client. So for sending the proposal, it can be just the summary of your call in the email. You don't need to create Canva design, make it overcomplicated. You can just take 10 minutes of your time and write your proposal in the email, okay? So the team, the SAs, please share the example of my proposal for the reference in the Telegram group, okay? So what to respond if the client is asking you hourly rate via DM, already told you. So again, there is no right or wrong pricing strategy, and you guys can benefit from all. So you need to know the client's preference first. Now, important thing to discuss is how to receive money from your clients. Of course, if the client is from your country, it's easy. It can be just a local bank transfer. For the overseas, you need to use payment gateways, because if you are using bank transfer, there will be huge fees. For example, if I send money from my Singapore company account, the transaction fee sometimes can be $50. So, but guys, again, I want to share with you all these examples now, but it doesn't mean that you need to go and install all these payment gateways, spend a lot of hours to understand all these payment gateways. Just focus on the course tasks first, because you will need this information once you already found your clients. So now I don't recommend you to go and install and spend a lot of time on researching this first, unless you really have time and unless you already did all the other tasks, okay? First, and according to my team and my students, this is the most popular option right now, Revolut. You can receive money instantly, and they have automatic currency conversion to the local currency, and it even allows for direct transfer to local bank accounts. And a lot of people are using Revolut. It is very popular in Europe. All European clients will definitely have Revolut, but it's also getting popular in Asia. And the beauty of it is that if you are based in Indonesia, your client can send you the money from Revolut directly to your Indonesian bank account. You don't even need to open the Revolut account. So check it out. It's a good choice. Xendit. A lot of you use Xendit when you make payment for the course, and we really love this platform. Sometimes you need to wait 2 to 7 days to withdraw the money. Also, it is actually just the official information. In reality, you get the money much quicker. Sometimes it's just 1 or 2 days. It is only available for transactions in Southeast Asia, and the fee is very, very small. And the only downside is that you need to have your own website to set up. Some of our virtual assistants just create like a very simple website just to register themselves on Xendit. PayPal. Actually, I wrote not recommended because I know a lot of virtual assistants don't like PayPal because of very high fees, but a lot of my students are still using PayPal, and they reported to me that they are quite happy with PayPal. So actually, when you are just first time working with a client, PayPal sometimes is the easiest option. But you need to understand that if you have a new PayPal account, sometimes your money can be locked up to 21 days. And it means that basically when the client transfers you the money is deducted from your client's account. But you do not receive the money yet, because before you receive the money, the client must submit the note that you provided a good service to them. So it's a little bit tricky. And of course, we as virtual assistant, we want to receive the money immediately. And again, I do not say that it will happen all the time with new accounts, but I also faced this when I sent money to someone and the person was not happy because she did not receive the money immediately because they were locked. If the money are locked, you can ask your client to inform PayPal immediately that you are a good like a good person and you can be trustworthy. So the PayPal can release your money faster, maybe up to 7 days, but it's still quite stressful. But if you have an old PayPal account, you can use PayPal. And even if you have a new PayPal account, if you're okay to wait, if you are okay with the possibility that the money can be locked, then you can use PayPal. And again, another downside is that you can lose a lot of money on the fees. And I know virtual assistants who lost hundreds of dollars on the fees. PayPal is expensive. The fees are a lot, but still, again, some of my students say that they are very happy with PayPal. So you can check it out as well. Now, important thing to note, and I know that you guys will be asking me this, the client does not pay income tax, because some of you will be asking me, Tanya, should we charge our clients income tax? Should we charge any other tax? No, we only charge the service fee. Any transactions fees, anything else, this is paid by us. And in terms of the taxes that you need to pay, for example, you in Singapore, if you earn less than $20,000 per year, then you do not need to pay any taxes. You just need to check the regulations in Indonesia, for example, and just pay the yearly income tax. But we do not charge the client for the income tax, okay? So I hope that this is clear. What is the sales funnel for VAs, and how do we find clients as VAs? First and foremost, we need to make ourselves visible, right? Because how can people know about us and hire us if they don't even know that we exist, right? So we need to make ourselves visible and attract the attention of the potential clients. Second, discovery call, to understand the needs of the client and show your value. We are going to have a separate lesson on this. And confirm the deal. Usually, as I said, the client can confirm the deal on the call, or the client can ask you to send and confirm the proposal. If not yet confirmed via the discovery call. So if during the discovery call, your client already said, I want to work with you, send me the contract. You need to email them the contract to sign before starting any work. If they ask you to send the proposal, you first send the proposal. Then when the client responds to you and says, okay, I agree to your proposal, we can move forward. You can say, okay, great, here is the contract, please sign it for me. And then after the contract is signed, you need to send the invoice. The invoice is basically the document which is asking your clients to pay the money to you. You need to send the invoice after you send the contract, only if your payment is in advance. So usually if you are working on retainer, on hourly rate, and if your client is saying, I need you for 20 hours a month, I choose package 1, then usually the client would need to pay this amount in advance, or at least 50% of this amount. I usually say to my clients, my service is 100% payment in advance, and all of my clients are usually completely okay with that. They pay me before I start any work. But some of the clients says, sorry, I am not comfortable to pay you in advance. And I say, okay, I understand. How about you pay me 50%? You pay me 50% first, and you can pay the next 50% at the end of the month or after the second week of my work. Is it okay for you? So that's how you negotiate. But having said that, even in my team, I have people who I pay at the end of the month. And if I pay at the end of the month, you don't need to send me the invoice immediately. You only send me the invoice at the end of the month. Do you know what I mean? So it's also okay to be paid at the end of the month, as long as you have a clear contract with a client. And in the contract, you need to have the payment terms. When will you receive the money? So this is the example of the invoice. We are going to share with you the template of the contract, the template of the invoice. We also have the contract template in Bahasa Indonesia. I think it was checked by by the legal person in Indonesia. So you can use this template, but of course, don't just copy paste. You need to input your details. You can edit it, etc. This is just the example of the invoice. Again, invoice is when you request the money from your client. The important thing to be in the invoice is your client company name or your client name, their address, your name, and then how much they need to pay to you and what for. For example, SMM service, June 2024. SMM service, January 2024. And this is this much. And also it should be the payment terms. Payment is due within 3 days. Payment is due within 30 days. You can, if you put payment is due in 30 days, like here in the example, you can even send the invoice immediately after the contract is signed. Okay, so I hope this is clear. You actually can use any invoice template that you find online. The important thing is that you should have these things inside the invoice, or you can use this template as well. Contract. How does it work? Option 1 is client is sending you the contract. But in my experience, it is always I send the contract to the client. I only had 1 or 2, like very few cases where the client was sending me the contract. It is usually when we work with big companies, then they have their own contracts and they send it to us, which is okay. But make sure that you read it, that you read all the details, because sometimes VAs are, my students are messaging me and they say, Tanya, is it a scam or not? They send me the contract, can you read for me? And then I can see that this is a huge contract and there is no information about how much money will this person get and when. It is really, really important. How much money will you get and when will the client pay to you? So what else must be included in the contract? Start date. When do you start to work? Termination clause. Termination clause is, for example, when your client wants to stop the contract with you, or when you want to stop the contract with your client. How many days in advance do you need to inform the client? In our case, in our company, usually it's 14 days after the probation period. During the probation period, it is like 3 days. So termination clause is important. You will find all of it in the template that we are going to send to you. Job scope. What are you going to handle? What are you going to be responsible for? Is it social media management? If yes, you can even go into details and explain what exactly are you going to do. Posting, creating content, creating visuals, etc., etc., etc. Also fees. How much will you get for this, for your job? And payment terms. When will your client pay to you? Your available hours. So it's important to distinguish between your working hours and your available hours. So your working hours, maybe you negotiated with the client that you will work 2 hours a day. And usually the clients don't care when you will work. Like, is it from 9 to 11 or 11 to 1? Unless the client has preference that you work during these hours. For example, for our moderators, they need to work during specific hours. It's important, right? But also you need to know, this is your working hours. But your available hours is when your client can message you everything related to the job. It means that during available hours, you don't necessarily need to work for that client. You can be working with anyone else. But it's just that you will be available to respond quickly to the message. It means that you are online. Do you know what I mean? And it is important to include your available hours, because if you don't include, the client will think that they can message you 24/7 and they will expect you to respond fast. You know, sometimes it happens because in remote work, the clients expect you to respond fast. So you need to set the boundaries and you need to say that my available hours will be from I don't know, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. from Monday to Friday, and you are free to message me on any work-related matters during this time, and I will assist you fast. So that it sets boundaries, and if the client is messaging you on Monday 10 p.m., he should not expect you to respond within 10 minutes, okay? Tip, don't add the end date in the contract unless asked by the client or unless it's a project work. For example, if your client is asking you to work on a project for the event, for 6 months, yeah, then this contract will be from 1st of January until 30 of August, for example, or 30 of June. But if there is no end date and the client is keen to work with you long term, then you don't need to add the end date, because if you just say that this contract is for 1 month, it means that you need to create a new contract every single month. And this is completely, for busy entrepreneurs, it will not work. So you can just say this contract will start on the 1st of January and continue until terminated, until ended, right? So it's important to add the termination clause instead. So don't worry, you will be able to see the template of the contract and you will understand more about what I mean. Now, the last thing that I want to discuss is how to prepare a portfolio draft. So first, about me. And guys, before I move on, I want to tell you that I'm going to share with you the example of the whole portfolio. But you need to understand that this is not a one-day work, right? You are going to have this full portfolio by the end of the course if you do the tasks. Right now, I'm just showing you the full picture, but during the course, we are going to do it step by step, okay? So you can have a confident and attractive portfolio for your clients. First, about me. About me is basically where you introduce yourself, where you introduce the value that you give to your clients. You can even include some of the examples of your personality reflection here to highlight your strengths, your personality strengths. I think that we have a PDF with the examples of great portfolios, if I'm not mistaken, so the team will be able to share with you for your reference. See that Anastasia is saying, I'm here to make your life easier and your business noticeable without making your wallet cry, of course. This is really creative way to saying what is your value, what is the value that you suggest or you propose. Services. Services is important. What exactly? Some people say, my services are admin tasks, social media content creation. Yes, you can say like this in the About Me section, but in your services list, you need to explain what is admin task, what is included, what is social media, what is email marketing. So you need to say one by one what is included. Work samples. Work samples is just what you are going to create during the course by doing the tasks. It is the proof of your experience. And to have the experience, you don't necessarily have to work with clients. You just need to have the proof of the experience of doing something that you are offering to do. And that's what you are going to have to do during the course. Make sure that you don't not only attach the screenshots, but you also explain a little bit what is on the screenshots, because some people only attach the screenshots and then how do I understand what is it? What is the screenshot about? So make sure that you include some words explaining what it is. Some examples, administrative related. So email management, organizing labels, creating templates, replying, and reaching inbox zero. Testimonials. Testimonials is really important. Unfortunately, some students send me their portfolios without testimonials. And when I ask them why you don't have the testimonials, they say, I don't yet have clients as a virtual assistant. Guys, the testimonials should not necessarily be from your VA clients. This is just the proof that you are a legit person, that you are not a scam, right? It's a hard way to say this, but it is just the proof that, from other people that you are a good and trustworthy person. It doesn't necessarily have to mention anything about your VA experience. It can just say that, you know, you have like this person was working with you and you organized an event for them before, and you really was good at organizational skills. You did the task according to deadline, and that you are a trustworthy person. When you include the testimonials, you can just ask your people who you work with in your previous jobs for different projects. Maybe you have volunteered together or something like that. Make sure that you include their pictures, because some people don't include the pictures and then it doesn't look trustworthy. We clients must see the picture of the person unconsciously. We want to see the picture to trust this testimonial. And also make sure that you include full name, company name, and also even the Instagram handle. It would be great. And call to action, work with me, contact me. Let's bring your business to the next level. Let me help you to grow your business faster. Any call to action will do, and your contact details. And that is all. So guys, again, this will be the work during the course. It's not the work that's done in one day. Your task after this is to create your elevator pitch, to have a Zoom call with your small group, introduce your services based on the chosen case study, and prepare the first page for your portfolio about me. Only the first page that you need to prepare. What we are going to learn in the next lesson: how to find clients. I'm sure that it's a hot topic. Understand the sales process, the logic behind finding clients on social media, and how you can see opportunities everywhere, even where other people don't see them, and how to find clients from different platforms based on the services that you offer. So I hope you are excited for the next lesson. I am done for tonight for the official part. If you guys need to go, feel free to leave. Thank you so much for staying until the end. I can see that almost 1,000 people joined this live, and I can see that almost all of you stayed until the end. That's amazing. I will wait for your mentions on Instagram as usual. Thank you, so insightful. Thank you, amazing. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Feel free to rewatch whenever you want. Thank you. Thank you, спасибо, guys. If you are rushing, feel free to leave, and you can always watch the Q&A later on. And I will address some of your questions, okay? Portfolio Kika already responded. How to get testimonials if we don't have client already responded. How to get testimonial from me. This is we give only for people who work with us or had an internship with us. So you will see, I mean, in Tinder group, we always post any internships, any positions that we have within SGVVA. So keep a look on that and feel free to apply. Effie, hi Tanya, have you worked with clients who haven't paid as agreed? What recommendations do you have for handling situations where clients don't fulfill their contract agreements? Yes, this is the questions like, oh, what if I start working because the client doesn't pay? What if this happens? What if this happens? Again, this is a good question, but sometimes we overthink too much about the situations that will never happen, right? So in my experience, I never had problems with the clients who signed the contract and then just didn't pay. Because trust me, the scammers will not sign the contract with you. Or they will send you the fake contract with, where you read this contract, there is even no no information about how much you get, or maybe there it will be, they will say you will get $5,000 for writing one article. If the offer is too good to be true, do not believe it. Can you get $5,000 for writing one article? No, do not believe it. So the most important step, if you are doubting whether this is a scam or not scam, you need to say, can we have a call? Can we have a call to discuss this opportunity more? Because trust me that the scammers will not waste time to have a call with you. They just want to catch people who are easy to believe what they message to them. They don't want to waste time to schedule calls with you. So first, ask them to schedule a call to understand more about their business. And secondly, ask them to sign a clear contract. And if the offer is too good to be true, do not believe it, okay? Your intuition will always guide you. But it is always important to have a call with the client. Although, yes, on Upwork, sometimes the contract can be closed via chat. And I have some students who said, oh, I didn't have a call with my client, they just hired me. But in this case, they need to hire you through Upwork. Do not follow any links that they send to you. Sometimes they say, oh, we are so happy to work with you. Can you please click this link? Can you please register in this special website? Or before we pay to you, can you please send us a deposit of $50? Please do not believe anything like that. If you are looking for clients on Upwork, they only can hire you through Upwork, and they need to click hire button on Upwork, and you will be protected by Upwork. But of course, on Upwork, scams still happen, and you need to make sure that this profile of your client on Upwork is not a new profile, that they have a good rating, that they have verified profile, they have good reviews from previous Upworkers, right? So do not just believe anyone. Do some background check. Okay. Amalia, hi Tanya, do you have any experience of red flags for your clients during discovery calls that you are not comfortable with, such as they ask for discount trial or uncommon term of payment? Discount is okay, a negotiation is okay. Free trial, I'm not really supporting free trial. You still need to get paid. I don't believe in free work because everything needs to be compensated. But I have one experience with my student, and she reached out to me after the course, and she said, it was maybe like 1 year ago, and she was like, Tanya, I really want to help you with bookkeeping, because at that time I didn't have a bookkeeper. She said, I really want to help you with bookkeeping, but because I'm really new in that, I really want to help you for free for 1 month. And then if you're happy, you can hire me. And initially I was not really happy with that, but then my team, because I already had a person who was managing some finance, so she said, okay, we can give her a chance, and then she will help to guide her. And then we gave her a chance, and then she did such a great job in the first months. She has done so much, so we have ended up paying her. And we have hired her immediately and paid for this 3 months as well. So now she's working with us full time already, and she has been working with us for almost a year. So this is the exception, I would say. Generally, I am not supporting the free work. Danar, hi Tanya, simple question. Please share some tips how we can ensure that our services do not get trapped in price war competition between VAs, so that our business continues to be sustainable. Danar, good question, but the answer is simple. It is a very big misconception that clients choose based on price. This is not true. And I can give you a simple example. If you go to the market, you can buy a bag with $5, right? There are a lot of $5 bags, $2 bags. And if you go to Prada or Chanel, the bag can cost $15,000. If there are bags which are so cheap, why so many people go and buy $15,000 bag in Chanel? It's a waste of money, right? Because even the material sometimes is the same. $50 back and $15,000 back, right? So people do not choose on price. And this is what I highlighted before. Yes, if you are providing data entry or basic admin, yes, there might be price competition because the tasks that you provide are very basic. Basically, everyone can do them easily, right? So that's why it's not a good strategy to just provide admin. And how to differentiate yourself is always to focus on how can you provide value. And it is not about having more experience. It is not about having, some diplomas or degrees. It is just about connection with the client. And I believe that this is a really big misconception. And also I want to highlight one thing. Maybe I will also create an audio note in the Telegram group. Some people, and I even saw it on Instagram, say, I am a beginner VA. I am just starting my journey. And I even got a Telegram DM from one of my students. She said, one of my potential clients reached out to me on LinkedIn. And when I see what she responded, she's saying, I'm sorry, I'm just starting out. I don't have much experience. My question is, why do you say that? Do you expect that the client will have some special treatment for you? Or do you expect that the client will not demand too much from you because you're a beginner? If the client is already interested in working with you, they have a connection with you. They want you to explain more. And you don't need to have all the experience in the world to be better than and to be considered not beginner. The beginner is just your own definition and your own mindset that you are a beginner. Do you know what I mean? And trust me, by watching even the previous lessons, the Instagram lesson, you already know so much more than so many VAs who do not consider them as beginners. Do you know what I mean? So please do not say I'm a beginner. This is not needed. And I've heard recently a story. One of the persons that I know, she said, Tanya, when I hired, she said, when I hired a stylist, actually, and this person, this girl, she has a lot of money and she could afford any stylist, any experienced stylist. And she said, I hired the stylist and she is very well known right now, but I hired her 2 years ago. And actually only now she told me that I was her first client. And at that time when I hired her, I didn't even know that she is a beginner. And I was really trusting her. I really liked her style. I really liked how she dressed. But if she told me that time that she was just a beginner, she's just starting out. She said that it would be completely different impression, right? So sometimes a beginner is something that you just have in your mind. Yeah, so I hope that I made my point clear, guys. Vasti, Tanya, are you setting this rate guideline as VA for international clients, or can I also use it as this reference for Indonesian clients? Some of my students charge this rates to Indonesian clients, and in my opinion, it is not really fair to change the rates for different clients. Like, oh, my client is from the UK, then I will charge them $25 US, and then this client is from Indonesia, so I will charge them $8. So this is not ethical in business. So if it is always best to have one fee, one standard rate, but of course, when you negotiate with your client, if you feel like, okay, maybe in this case, I'm okay to negotiate, I'm okay to lower, then it's okay. But your standard and base fee should be the same for everyone. Do you know what I mean? And this prices that I mentioned, 10 to 15 US, is again, it is Southeast Asia, Southeast Asia rates. Salma, I want to ask about adjusted price in each country. How do we decide? Because the the exchange rate is changing every day. You can just say the price in US dollars if it's easier for you, or you can just say it is 10 US dollars an hour, or I also checked the currency exchange rate today and it is 12 Canadian dollars, by the way. So you can just say like this. Team, is there any prevention that client doesn't pay us after finish the task, or they pay less than the agreement? Teen, I have never had such experience with clients that they haven't paid me. I only had in like my 5 years experience in business, I only had one case where the client didn't pay me, but actually it was my very good client and I was working with him for a long time. And the reason that he didn't pay is because his company was having a lot of difficulties during COVID. So he didn't pay, but then I came to his office because he was based in Singapore. And then I told him that you need to pay for my service. You're already overdue, by 6 months. And then he paid, but then we just decided not to continue because his business was going almost bankrupt. But he was a really good client. He always paid me on time. He always signed with me more contracts. So we were working with him for more than a year. But because of the difficult situation, it was just difficult for him to do the payment on time. So I don't think you need to overthink. And if you have a clear contract, it's a very low chance that you will not get paid. Of course, we cannot predict everything that can happen in the world. You know that will happen. But if you overthink too much, you will lose a lot of opportunities. And trust me, the chance that you will not get paid if you have a clear contract is very small. Fadila, there is no default clause in contract. Fadila, I'm not really good in legal. What is default clause? Mita, how to handle a client who wants to work with us for social media management, but in exchange by providing their premium products for us to use. Mita, for me, this option is not interesting. I think you need to decide for yourself. Are you okay to work by barter, or do you prefer to get paid by the money? I mean, if you want to just use it as a case study, as a work sample for you, for the testimonial, maybe you can work with them for 1 month or for 2 weeks. But long term, I don't think that it's interesting. Imbi Pulungan, Tanya, how strong is the contract legally, especially if the client is from overseas? Is there any dispute how it needs to resolve? Yes, at the end of the contract, you need to say that this contract is following the rules of Indonesian law. So if you are based in Indonesia, you need to say the contract is following the rules of the Indonesian law. We will have the template for that. You just need to include your country. For us, it is Singapore, because any disputes will be resolved in Singapore court. For you, it is easier that you include Indonesia, because all the disputes will be resolved in the Indonesian court. So you will be able to sue them or anything like that. But to be honest, it is just something that is very extreme. It usually doesn't happen. And of course, frankly speaking, like if the client is hired you for $200 and didn't pay you, I don't think you will be bothering to go to the court and sue them and do some legal action against them. But the contract is just to ensure that it is safe, and most of the time it will be going according to the contract. Trust me, because scammers will not sign the contract with you. In 99.9% of the cases. So contracts that's why contracts almost always work, and especially in developed world like Singapore and other countries like Europe, Australia, UK, US, right? It is all like legally strong countries, so everyone is taking contracts seriously. Yes, we will send the contract template. Okay, guys, let me handle 2 or 3 more questions, yeah? What should we do if the client refuses to pay? And already discussed. Fitri, Tanya, I got a client this week from Indonesia and he wants me to help with web management, customer support, and email marketing. How is the best way to rate? He wants me to work 7 hours a day, 10 hours will cost too much. Fitri, yes, I agree that probably it will be over his budget. You need, in this case, you can just ask him, how do you prefer me to pay me? Is it per hour? Is it a fixed monthly fee? Most probably he will say, I prefer to pay you a fixed monthly fee. And if you are too afraid to tell them your cost, the trick that I use is, how much is your budget? Do you have any budget limit in mind? Do you have any specific budget that you have for the VA? So this is a question that I almost always ask my clients during the discovery call. Do you have any specific budget in mind? And then the client will say, oh, maybe yeah, I have around $500 budget, something like that. And then you already know how much money they have. But some clients will not respond. They will say, no, you tell me how much you want to charge. And this, in this case, you see that, okay, if you need to work 40 hours a week, $10 an hour, maybe it will be a big amount. So you need to understand, are you okay to negotiate? Is it okay? What's the comfortable amount? So you calculate, maybe it will be I don't know, $900 a month based on your fees, right? If you think that it might be too much for your client, that he didn't give you the response about his budget limitations, then you can say, okay, actually my rate will be 900, but I'm okay to negotiate, you know, if you I'm okay to negotiate if it's too much, you know. But actually, I think that most of the clients will still say their budget limitation if they have the specific budget in mind. If you feel that $900 will be too much, think to yourself, what is the appropriate amount right now for you to work with your first client? What is the appropriate amount? And then you can give him this fee, this number. Tanya, what currency do we use to pay? Singapore, US, or anything? So, for example, if I am based in Singapore and you are from Indonesia, then of course, I mean, I will pay in Singapore dollars, and then it will be converted to your Indonesian rupiah, Indonesian rupiah bank account. For example, I'm using Revolut to pay you with Singapore dollars, and usually it gets converted to your Indonesian rupiah bank account. Okay, guys, let me handle one more question. If you already responded. Larissa, well, in terms of experience as VA, yes, this class does count as VA experience, but taking this course is not considered as real working with clients, isn't it? I think when the client really asks for working experience, I think they want to know our real work experience, right? Should we say honestly we never work as VA, or should we tell our previous working experience? Larissa, I can hear your that you really feel that it should be about real work experience. This is real work experience. The work experience that they are looking for is a proof that you can do the tasks for them and bring them the value. That's everything that they need to know. And to be honest with you, during the discovery call with my clients, when I present the values that I can bring to them, none of them ever asked me about what are your clients, show me your clients that you have worked before, give me the proof of your clients that you have worked before, because they are able to see that I know the topic, that I can suggest them ideas that they can bring them value and can bring them more clients. So never ever I've heard that the client during the discovery call is saying, show me your real client experience. Tell me the name of the previous client. They usually ask, what experience do you have with SMM? Do you have any experience like creating the graphics for social media posts? And you can say, yeah, let me show you. I have experience in creating design for Instagram posts. And again, you say, should we tell them honestly that we never worked as VA before? Again, this is related to people who say I am a beginner VA. I never worked as VA before. It is just not understanding the value yet, the value that you can bring. Come back to the first point where we discussed about your personality, about what you can bring to the table, and about all the skills that you are learning during the course. Trust me, even people who already have real experience working with clients, some of them don't know even half of what you have already learned. So I would say do not underestimate all this, and it is all about how you present yourself. If you are in your head, if in your mindset you believe that you are a beginner, no one will ever want to work with you, no one will ever be interested in working with you because you have no real experience with clients, then this will manifest itself. The mindset is really important when we reach out to clients, when we even the energy that you invest when you do the tasks, when you do the classes, you should believe in yourself, and don't say that honestly I will tell you I never worked as a VA, because this is not something that we want to achieve. We want to give the clients the understanding that we can bring value. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. I hope I will not see I am newbie VA, I am a beginner VA in your portfolios, in your messages to clients, and in your Instagram posts. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I hope that you enjoyed the session. Thank you. Good night. Can't wait to approach potential clients. Great. Thank you. Thank you, Johan, Cindy, Francisca. Thank you. Terima kasih. See you. Thank you, valuable lesson. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Fanny, Intan, Mita, Octavia. Thank you, guys, and see you soon on the next class. Meanwhile, please enjoy your skills lesson and take this opportunity to become more confident in yourself. Thank you. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye, guys. Thank you, team, for your help. Bye. Bye, guys.